Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I've got the awesome, fantastic Mr. Rumen Kolev with us again today. We were going to go live, but we decided last moment not to. So you guys can catch this as a replay. I just feel very fortunate to have you again with us, Rumen. I've been waiting since July. You had your program in July, so you were very, very busy. I asked you about it. You said it was very intense, but a really good experience as well. And time has gone on. We've been through August. We're in September now, September the 6th today, here for me in the Southern Hemisphere. And we decided to talk about a little bit about the eclipses. One's coming up in a day and a half or so. And then, which is the lunar eclipse in Pisces tropical. It'll be in the Aquarius constellation, Babylonian. And then we have the solar eclipse, which will be in Virgo, both systems, because it's at the 29th degree, right at the end. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are really feeling the energies of these eclipses. You know, eclipses can stir things up quite a lot. And I shared a story with Rumen about some crazy things that are going on here in my country. Relative to people's sovereignty and freedom and how they are hunted like animals. Crazy things. So anyway, today we'll go to your program, Rumen, because I love your program. And every time you bring it up, I always learn something new, and so does everybody else who's watching. So I'll hand it over to you, but let me first give you the hosting tools. Where do we go? Allow, request. Can you send me the request, Rumen, perhaps?
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So yeah, just hand it over straight to you, Rumen, and we'll just go with the flow and see where the flow
Hey.
goes.
Yeah. Well, there are several things happening. Actually, a lot of things happening on the sky. I mean, and not only. And mm, for example, we had Jupiter helically rising, but
Yes.
it was uh, maybe more than a month already. Recently, we have for the northern hemisphere, we have Mars disappearing
Mm.
and Mercury disappearing.
Mm.
So um, I will show you now the program. Okay, what we can see there. Okay, let me see. It was okay. I share the screen.
Mhm.
So this here is the working version number 8 of the program. I still have work to do on
Mhm.
it, but okay, this here is for 43 degrees north
Mhm.
geographical latitude, and you can see here Mercury and Mars gray with this cross sign, which means that they are invisible.
Mm.
Um, okay, I will show you here exactly when this happened actually, because um, Mars, Mars, as you can see here now,
Mhm.
it's EL0, which means evening last.
Yes.
Zero means that this happens on the very day,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is here given 22nd of August.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is uh, the last evening when Mars was seen,
Mm-hmm.
according to the program.
Mm-hmm.
And this is with extinction 0.24,
Mm-hmm.
which I use like a standard extinction. Um, this means how transparent is the atmosphere.
Okay. Yeah.
Like the best case is like 0. Let's say 0.10, which is in some high altitude deserts
Mm-hmm.
in South America. And then we have we can have like 0.30
Mm-hmm.
if it is very dense, very dense atmosphere with a lot of vapors, water vapors. So like a good approximation will be like 0.20, 0.25.
Mm-hmm.
So here, and also, of course, it also depends on the geographical latitude.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm,
So the extinction or extinct
extinction, yeah,
ex
atmospheric.
right, is that important for both for when a planet is disappearing and appearing?
Yeah, it is important
Yeah.
for, especially for Mars, Mercury. Like the less the brightness of the object,
Mm.
be it a planet, be it a fixed star, the more important is the extinction.
Right. Okay.
For example, you see here, it is Mars is disappearing here on the 22nd of August, the last day. Okay, if I change the extinction, let's say to 0.18, which is possible, 0.18 when I was in Seattle, the United States, I measured the extinction there, and there, yes, you can have even 0.16,
Mm-hmm.
like the 0.18, 0.20. So this is possible. And as you see, when I change the extinction to 0.18, which is more transparent atmosphere,
Mm.
as you can see, Mars is still visible.
Mm.
So let's see, when will he disappear? He will disappear on the 31st of August. Let's see.
Mm.
Yeah, he disappeared. So it's like 9 days difference.
Mm. Mm.
Like if you change from 0.24 to 0.18, it is 9 days difference. But as I said, this is for Mars, for Mercury, for fixed stars which are not so bright. But if the brightness of the object is high,
Mm.
like Venus, Jupiter,
Mm.
or stars like around zero magnitude, like Capella, for example, Arcturus,
Mm-hmm.
then this is not so. I mean, it is then the extinction does not have this impact. While for Venus and Jupiter, it is almost non-existent.
Mm.
Like between 0.18 and 0.24, there will be no difference
Right.
when this will happen. So yeah, the however, okay, we have this for Mars. Mars for the northern latitude is disappearing somewhere in the end of August,
Mm-hmm.
and it is disappearing in the Babylonian Virgo,
Mm.
okay, or the tropical Libra balance.
Mm. And is
So
Is it correct that Mars appears in Aries, Babylonian Aries next year? Is that right?
Pardon? Pardon? What?
Does
What was that?
Mars reappear
Mm.
next year in Aries, Babylonian? I think
Oh, it
that's
will
what I
be.
saw.
Yeah, it will be. I think Mars will be invisible for a long time, actually.
Mm, mm,
For a long time. Let's see if we go here on the heliacal cycles, and we'll see now what is happening with Mars. Mm, okay, I'm still 0.18. I'll go back to 0.24. Okay. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, it's given here that it disappears on the 21st of August.
hmm
Okay. If we want to see actually the next time it will appear, we can go here to the X grams, which means actually this is for Mercury. I go to Mars here, and if we want to see the morning first, we go here, and yeah, the next one, MF2, will be on the 9th of June 2026.
Mm.
It will be in Babylonian Aries.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a look at it. That's why I knew that. And I was wondering, because that is a long time, right? For Mars to be invisible. That's like what, 10 months or something, right? So,
Oh,
um,
yeah, it's a long time actually.
what can you say about that? What's that going to mean?
Yeah, here it is. It is appearing here. You see,
Mm.
in Babylonian Aries,
So
and this
what are
will
those,
be.
hang on, what are those numbers on the outside now that you've got?
Um, these are like like every planet makes a particular figure
Yeah.
with its heliacal phases,
Yeah.
and these are these numbers. They start here from the first heliacal phase, which is before the date which is on the screen. Like right now, the day here is 31st of August,
Mm-hmm.
2025. You see it here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so it starts with the first morning first, which is before that date,
Right.
31st of August 25, because we must get into the current cycle.
Yeah.
No, the cycle of the life cycle of a planet or a fixed star starts with the first appearance,
Okay. And then it ends
and
when?
and ends with the disappearance.
Right. And
No,
so,
birth, death. So
yeah. 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 Yeah.
it's that's why here we can see these numbers, and then they follow the next appearance until it makes a full circle.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
So Mars makes an octagon.
Mm.
As you can see here, there are eight. There are eight places where Mars appears,
Mm-hmm.
and Okay, Mars disappearing in Virgo. Okay, but why don't we check what is happening also with in the southern hemisphere? Okay, what was the latitude of Sydney?
Um, 30,
Minus something. It should be
37. Oh,
minus
that's
37.
that's Mel. I've just forgotten. And I can't.
Okay,
I think
mm,
it's.
we can check
Mm,
quickly actually.
mhm.
Minus 37? 37 south?
I think so. Yeah. Well, I think that's Melbourne.
Well, anyway, uh, let's see what is happening now. Okay, Mars is visible
Mm-hmm.
on the 31st of August, so let's go with 1 week. I'll start moving forward in time to see when he will disappear. Wow, he will be up there for a long time in the southern hemisphere. Wow. Yeah. Aha. Right now, yeah, I got it.
November.
It's you see, it's like on the 31st of October, it
Mm-hmm.
will disappear, actually,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for latitude 37 south.
Mm-hmm.
So you see, it's uh, like for 43 north, it's the 22nd of August, and for the 37th south, it's 1st of November.
It's a really significant difference. So, in terms of what that means, is that just a reflection of, like different things are going on in different parts of the world, right? So, different things are going on in the US or in Bulgaria or in Australia, So is that what this is reflecting as well? This astronomical phenomena, does it also correspond to, the what's happening on the Earth? I mean, it must, obviously, right?
Mm,
But I'm
it's
just
mm, okay, like Mars disappearing. If we talk about 43 latitude north, mm, and around this,
mm,
it will be disappearing in Babylonian Virgo or tropical Libra, which means that everybody, be it a person, be it a dynasty, be it a city, a country, everyone which has Virgo, Babylonian Virgo, or tropical Libra, somewhere, important place, I mean,
mm.
then it will, of course, it is a sign that something is gonna brew there, something gonna happen.
So things happen when the planet is invisible?
When when a planet appears or disappears, this is a sign.
Yeah. But in
When
terms in terms of the duration, is it is it hard to sort of say, it's going to be around the few days when Mars disappears, or when it reappears, the strong period again is, a day or so before its appearance and a few days after its appearance. Do you think about it like that, or is it the whole time when, Mars disappears, there's a particular energy of things going on at that time. And then when it reappears, obviously there's a rebirth of the planet. That's the appearance, the rebirth. But if
Hmm.
you're trying to understand it from your own birth chart, and say you've got, say your ascendant is at the degrees of Virgo, Babylonian, or Libra, tropical, as you said, where Mars is disappearing. So we know that when planets are appearing or disappearing, the strongest points to look at are the cross of matter, right? The four angles. They're the strongest points, right? Always. So,
Yeah, sun, moon. Yeah,
and sun, moon. Um,
yes.
so then that's what people need to be looking at. Maybe Mars is disappearing on my descendant, or maybe Mars is appearing on my ascendant, things like this, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, look, actually, the metaphysical logic is very, very simple. Mars is disappearing. Let's say in somebody's chart on their rising sign. Um, this means that someone, or something which is which has Mars as the symbol may disappear. So what's like one thing among the many which is symbolizing Mars is brother or a good
Hmm.
friend, bro, right, brother.
Hmm.
I mean, not it may not be physical brother, but a very very good friend who people may feel like a brother. This especially in a male chart,
Hmm. Hmm.
because in a male chart Mars can mean brother.
Yeah. Okay.
So in a female chart it can mean more lover, the lover. So Mars disappearing, well,
Mm.
yeah, either a good friend may disappear from your life, or in a female chart, a lover
Mm.
may disappear
Mhm.
mm, from the personal life. If this happens on the ascendant, if this happens on MC,
Mm.
then it will be in the career surrounding. Something major will happen there. Um,
And is
so
it
it
is it the same for the descendant, the ascendant and the descendant, because that's got to do with our relationships. So
yeah.
if Mars is disappearing, in my seventh house, which it's not for me, but I'm just saying if it was, is it the same explanation that it could be your husband, your lover, your partner, whatever,
Oh
disappear?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, husband is too much for disappearing Mars, because Mars disappears like every 2 years and something.
Yeah,
So
I think it would take, a number of different things to come together, including Mars disappearing if your husband disappeared, because it's not going to he's
mm,
not going to disappear every 2 years. It's quite unusual. You're right, but it could be, it could happen
oh
to
yeah,
somebody at some point, right? Yeah,
yeah. Depending where this happens.
yeah. And what about the fourth house,
Also,
the IC?
yeah.
What would be an example of the fourth house, IC?
Well, somebody from the family.
Family.
Yeah.
Probably a man though, yeah?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Yeah. So
So
it's not a great thing when Mars disappears. It can be very difficult by the sounds of it.
yeah,
Unless,
it's
unless you want that person to disappear.
mm, yeah, it's it's the same with all other planets, actually. The
Hmm.
same things, the same kind of logic. If
Yes.
it appears,
Yeah.
such a person appears.
Yeah.
If it disappears,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But this is only one of the many ways that we can think about the heliacal phases. The heliacal phases, they are very strong in their action, plus minus 7 days
Mm.
from the day when they happen.
Right. Plus or minus 7 days. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like plus minus 7 days from each heliacal phase.
Yeah.
Each heliacal phase has this kind of period which the influence is maximum, and it is plus minus 7 days.
Hmm.
Although I have noticed that we can also apply the rule plus minus 12 days.
Mm. Mm. And that's the same principle with your birth chart. You might have been born 7 days before Mercury appeared, for example, or 7 days before Venus disappeared. Then you're born at a very important time relative to the heliacal cycle of that planet, right?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Uh, Also, if this happens around the birthday of someone, plus minus 12 days, especially if um, heliacal phase, or actually any event on the sky happening plus minus 12 days from the birthday of someone,
Mhm.
this is very important. And then the difference in the days of the phenomenon and the birthday will give the difference in months
Uh-huh.
of when this will happen. For example, if the heliacal phase or the phenomenon happens 5 days after your birthday,
Hmm.
and you're born in let's say January,
Hmm.
then the event may happen 5 months after your birthday.
Hmm.
So this will be like May, June,
Hmm.
if you are born January.
Hmm. And do you always
Um,
use that particular calculation, that particular method relative to the birthday?
yeah, yeah. I look at this, and I have had several very exact hits
Okay.
with this. Although it is not guaranteed.
Yeah, yeah,
Of
yeah.
course, nothing is guaranteed.
Nothing
Actually,
is, that's what I was about to
nothing.
say.
Yeah.
Nothing. Nothing. Exactly.
Mm,
Okay. Okay. So Mars has already disappeared in various latitudes in the northern hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, it will not disappear until November. So I'm going to wait and see who disappears out of my life, if anybody. There is somebody I'm thinking that should disappear, actually. We'll see. We'll see. Um, and it appears in Aries, Babylonian. And do you think that's, well, actually, maybe we'll leave that now because we've got plenty of time. We can come back and talk about the appearance later next year, sometime early next year, whatever. I guess let's perhaps come back to the present and maybe touch on the eclipses a little bit. Would you like to do that?
When yeah, it's very very loaded year actually. Uh, 2025,
Yeah.
very very loaded with a lot of phenomena
Mm.
happening, which doesn't happen every year.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's also here we have Mercury disappearing again for this latitude here, which is, let's see, when he must have disappeared for the latitude, probably yesterday. Yeah, yes, yesterday was his last visibility for the latitude here, 43 north. So he is disappearing here in Leo, Babylonian Leo.
Mm.
So this
What
this
what
is
sorry, what degree is that?
11,
11. Okay.
11 Babylonian Leo or tropical. It is the sixth of tropical Virgo.
Mm.
So this Mercury was is a special case because Mercury is visible for a very short time every year
Mm.
as a morning or as an evening star. Sometimes he is not visible for a long time. Actually, it
Mm.
can make one whole turn around the sun without becoming visible. So it's a very very special case.
Mm.
Uh, but it when it was, I think, yeah, it Mercury appeared here in Babylonian Cancer and then disappeared here in Babylonian Leo. So this was like the stretch which was important, and people who have this Babylonian Cancer or Leo on their MC or important place, then this was very very important period
Mm.
for projects, networking, visions,
Mm.
mm, and
Can it also be just maybe with a particular person, not necessarily a project, but uh, just particular conversations that are very important for with a particular person in more of a personal way? Could that also be included in the meaning?
oh yeah, sure. Mercury when he becomes visible, it's only for a week or for 2 weeks, and in this period, if he goes through important point of the chart, in this period people can uh, have new friends, especially on the intellectual level,
Mm.
uh, or the business level, Mercury.
Mm.
Um, yeah, people can be introduced to some very intelligent, knowledgeable people, can make projects
Mm. Mhm.
new kind of projects, everything which is Mercury
Yeah.
will be very very high on the agenda in this period. So mm, it's like this with every planet and its heliacal phases. So here, when we are talking about the eclipses.
Mm.
Okay, like here, this is for latitude 43,
Mm-hmm.
and here we have uh the moon up. Yeah, this is, yeah, as you can see here, the moon is very close to the Rahu,
Mm-hmm.
and this is happening here in the this very, very special zone where the waters of life
Mm.
are poured down by Aquarius and
Mm.
Key
Mm.
air in the divinity of wisdom.
Mm.
In the Babylonian astrology, Aquarius is actually the divinity Enki,
Mm-hmm.
or air, also another name for the same divinity, which is the magician of the cosmos.
Mm.
So this is one of the very, very special areas here, which is spiritual knowledge and
Mm.
spiritual initiation,
Mm.
spiritual uh, people very, very often have this area here important, loaded with planets or on very important place.
Mm.
So this is happening right in this area,
Mm.
and also Saturn is close by here. So if this will be for everybody, because this is one of the spiritual areas, one of the very, very special areas. This means that for spirituality, for spiritual people, this will be very important eclipse.
Mm.
Like it will be um, something ancient, something old karma will must be cleared.
Mm.
And this is for the spiritual progress.
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense, Rumen. Yeah.
That's you see, like the eclipse. Okay, I want to. Okay, this is for the 7th of September. I want also to see the lunar orbit. Let's see where it happens. Oh, mm, here you can see the apogee, the blue, and the orange is the perigee. This happens way. Uh, this doesn't happen close to the apogee or perigee,
No.
which if this happened on the perigee or the apogee, then it will be like it will be very, very strong, very
Mm.
crushing,
Mm-hmm.
crashing. So it's eclipse is like a high voltage
Yeah.
energy,
Yeah.
and the lamp either is brighter
Mm.
or messed up. Like high energy, when you put high energy through the system,
Yeah.
it will either purify
Yeah.
the system or destroy it.
Yeah. That's very interesting. Mm.
So
Mm.
eclipses are like this. They they just give a lot of energy. They clear some places where the energy has stopped.
Mm.
But in many, many cases, this can manifest in a negative event.
Mm. Mm.
However, for spiritual practice,
Mm.
the eclipses and the like plus minus 1 day, even plus minus 3 days
Mm.
from eclipse
Mm.
is the best time for spiritual practice, actually.
Mm-hmm. And is that particular area of the waters coming out of the cup in Aquarius, is that a sacred zone at all? I don't think there's sacred degrees there where the eclipse is happening, but just those waters, would you say that you could say
Yeah,
it's like a sacred zone?
the whole area, which is like from the 17th to the 23rd
Uh-huh.
degree in the
Uh-huh.
Babylonian Aquarius.
So that whole area
In
is sacred.
Yeah, in the tropical, it will, let's see how it will trans in the, okay, here is the big, like in the tropical, it seems like it will be um from the 12th degree
Mm.
until like the maybe 18 degree.
12 to
Yeah.
18 in tropical Aquarius.
No, tropical Pisces.
Oh,
Pisces.
Pisces. Ah,
Because it is Babylonian Aquarius
yes,
and it
yes.
is tropical Pisces. Because you
Yes.
see here,
Yeah,
this orange dot here, this is the spring uh, equinox.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
So it's like this with the eclipses. Let me. I have here. Okay, the lunar orbit and right here. So also there will be eclipse, solar eclipse, right?
Yes. 21st September?
On the 21st. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's 21st of September. It's like in the, let's see. It's in Babylonian Virgo again. Yeah, Babylonian Virgo.
And tropical Virgo too.
And it seems like uh, the end of tropical Virgo, yeah,
Yeah.
and the beginning of Babylonian Virgo. It's happening. You see where it is. It's in the upper part of the constellation,
That's a
like
spirit
here.
zone too, isn't it? That the head part, that's more spiritual, that zone. Is that
Yeah,
right?
always. Yeah, always like the head is the spiritual, it's the beginning, it's the divine, especially if it is human head
Yeah.
on the constellation. So yeah, the same here will be again this eclipse here will be it will be not so strong because it is far away from the Ketu you see here.
Mm.
Ketu is here, and it will be a little bit far away. And what I know is that it will be observable only from New Zealand, I think.
Okay.
Only.
Okay.
So it will not have such strong effect
Mhm.
uh, as if it was observable from the United States, or from Russia, or from Europe. So it's like this here.
So what would you say in through the Babylonian uh view with a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse? What's the primary difference in their meaning? What would you say?
Well, the solar eclipses are always always much stronger.
Yeah.
And there and solar eclipses are actually talking about down to Earth. I think solar eclipses are worse, way worse than the lunar.
I agree. I just wanted to
Yeah,
hear what you thought about it. Yes, they tend to be a lot more difficult, definitely.
it's the solar eclipses. They because here, as you can see, it's happening also. Um, it's like almost, is it on the day of the fall equinox, actually?
Yes, pretty much.
So this is not so good because the influence of this solar eclipse will spread over the next 6 months until the spring equinox, actually.
Okay.
Um,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Is that because it's happening at that time during the well spring equinox here
during
for us in
yeah
Southern Hemisphere and it's what is it autumn, yeah,
the fall equinox, yeah.
yeah. Um.
If it if it happens on the spring equinox, then its influence will be over the whole year until the next spring equinox.
Well, that's what it's doing here.
Here is on the fall equinox.
Yeah, in the but here in Australia, it's spring.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, for Australia, this will have impact over the whole year until the next spring equinox.
Wow. Mm.
So it will be rearranging things. Something that must be cleared will be cleared, of course, with people who have this point important.
Mm.
It's the events can be like challenging,
Mm.
of course. Mm, because you see, when you think about this solar eclipse, this means that the light is being blocked
Mm.
and that there is darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And darkness is not very good, not very nice. So, well, it has its functions, of course, but in the end of the day, it is dark. And um, this is a challenge.
Mm.
So it's the solar eclipses. Of course, as I said, this solar eclipse, I don't think it will have uh, any strong impact because it's not observable. You
Mm.
cannot observe it. Maybe you should watch what is happening in New Zealand,
Mm.
but I don't know. Maybe part of Australia also can be observed. You should check this. New
Yes, I
Zealand is
will.
close by. Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, I will. I hope it's not observable from where I am.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I think the major impact will fall on where it is observed.
Mm.
New Zealand probably.
Mm.
Yeah. However, there will be something else happening a little bit before this eclipse. I will move here with one day back in time. Okay, now I will show you something here. It is what will be happening somewhere, I think, on the 19th of September. There will be a phenomenon which is called occultation.
Mhm.
Like you see here, the moon. The moon will be occulting Venus and Regulus,
Mm.
both. So you see, occultation is when the moon covers, like the disk of the moon covers Venus and Regulus.
Mm. That sounds very important. Um,
That's important, and it is happening mm, on the, let's see, on the 25th lunar day, uh, and it can be observable just before sunrise somewhere. I have not checked where
mhm.
it will be observable, but just before the sunrise, because you see, this here happens, like if I go back with, let's see, 4 hours. No. Yeah, somewhere it could be observed, but not, of course, during the daytime,
Mm, mm.
but before sunrise. So that's uh, hmm, that's that's not a very good omen, actually.
No?
In Babylonian astrology, it's not a very good omen. I think, when I remember from the omens, I think it will have impact on the economy, on the stock market, on the financial markets.
Mm. Well, things are so terrible everywhere on that level. How much worse can they get? Like it,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah, very,
insane. It's
yeah.
insane. Like, this country here, it's the most expensive country in the world, Australia. It is
It's
insane, insane. So I guess you brought that up, finance, stock market, etc., because it's Venus, right? But that can also be love relationships too, right? Because it's Venus.
yeah, yeah. It can be this also. It can be also the disappearance or death of very, very important woman, Venus, and also Regulus, because Regulus is fame, glory, fame. Venus is a female woman,
Mm.
and Venus Regulus can make some very famous woman disappear. It can be, it can be also, because this is Regulus Leo. It can be also in this fashion, kind of fashion arts, singers,
Mm.
everything which is connected with Leo and with
Yeah.
Venus.
Yeah.
But I have here in one of my books, which is, let's see, when is that? Here, which is about Babylonian astrology. It is in Bulgarian,
Mhm.
but here I have some um, omina about the moon covering covering planets or stars. So here let's see, the moon covering Venus. Here they say, well, yeah, they say Elam was a country which was east of Mesopotamia in the present day Persia. So the here it says Elam will destroy a city.
Mm.
What they meant is that Elam, which was the arch enemy of Babylon and of Akkad, of Mesopotamia, what they meant was that Elam will come with an army into Babylonia and destroy a city.
Mm.
So, yeah, this is one. Then also it is written that there will be floods, waters, floods. Also, it is written that there may be a coup d'etat and that the son of the king may take over the throne. And also, in the end, it says attack of the enemy.
So that all sounds pretty dark.
Pretty dark, pretty dark.
Pretty dark.
Also, they say here, if Venus does not come out until the end of the watch, it will be very bad for the people. There will be hunger. Alarm will go down, and the dogs will become wild and start to attack people. Well, yeah,
What
it's
did you mean by that part when you said if Venus doesn't appear to
if
the watch, I
if
think you said.
I mean they mean if Venus does not come out
Uh-huh.
from the moon, like if it stays covered.
But for a long period of time? What do they mean exactly? Like
Watch is like 1/3 of the night or 1/3 of the day.
okay.
Like they, watch, like they divided the night and the day in three parts.
Okay.
And yeah, so not very positive omen actually here, what they say, but
Hmm.
uh, yeah, it's
Have you yourself seen, this particular occultation before with the moon over covering Venus and Regulus in the years that you've been looking at these things to see how much of this phenomena is actually
like what is the yeah, it's I think from my memory, I think one or two times there was such phenomenon, and I believe it was not good for the financial markets actually
okay.
in this time. But you see, it's like when you just think about this, the moon covering Venus disappears behind the moon.
Hmm.
So it's kind of some chaos into the markets,
Hmm.
especially financial. But also this will be also for the fashion industry, for everybody who is into the fashion industry, especially women, Venus.
Hmm. 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 Yeah,
And you see,
hmm.
occultations, they have been watched, of course, in Babylon, uh, and they have been recorded,
Hmm.
and there are a lot of phenomena about occultations. and this is something which is completely have been forgotten by the modern us. So many things actually have been forgotten. This is one of them.
Yeah.
The occultations.
Yeah.
And you can have occultations of the moon when the moon covers stars or planets, but also you can have the disk of the sun also covering planets and stars, and this is also very, very important. But the fact is that in the Babylonian civilization, they could observe, of course, the moon occultations. Because you can observe this if they happen during nighttime, but of course you cannot observe the sun covering stars. So it's or planets. So it's more a phenomenon which was observed and recorded of the moon. But the fact is that these are phenomena which is happening and which are very, very important actually, and which are forgotten.
Does it make a
by the
difference, Rumen, with is it significant that Venus is a morning star when this is happening? Because she's Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom. So I understand that the occultation relative to the material plane has definitely problems, potential problems, in some places maybe more than others. But I guess I'm just thinking from a ritual, spiritual practice of some kind relating to the feminine, the divine feminine, and also Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom. Like she's been hidden by the moon. So it's like, I don't know, to me, it feels like there can be something that can come through. It needs to go through a passage where it just we cannot see it, but then she can bring something to us as well. I mean, from a spiritual level, not from the levels we were just discussing now. What would you say?
Yeah, yes, of course it. You see, this can be also interpreted because here Venus is morning star, so she's Athena, and she's conjunct with the star Regulus, which means king. So this can be also connected with a king. I mean, king, somebody, a man, or a queen. A king or a queen. I mean, man or a woman, which who has a lot of power. The king has a lot of power. So Regulus is conjunct with Athena. This may mean someone with a lot of power. So the moon covering this guy can disappear or can have serious problems.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's something important to see here. But you see, this whole year, actually, this is like the beginning, like this year, 2025, when we talked about Venus appearing around the spring equinox. All right, we talked about this appearing about around the spring equinox, and also without going through invisibility.
Yes.
Oh, this is something which happens once in 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and this is something like we have a new period of 8 years,
Mm.
and and this transition of Venus. Like if I can go here again to this. Okay, if I go to Venus, and like it was here, as you can see, around the spring equinox, where Venus appeared as a morning star without going through invisibility
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
once in 8 years. And actually, this is kind of a very important period, very important year, because this is ushering us into this new 8 year period.
Mm.
And this is happening also around the spring equinox,
Mm.
more importance on this, which means that it will affect the whole world, everything.
Mm.
And this is, yeah, as you can see here, when this happened in the spring, Saturn was also close by.
Mm.
Let's see, like, yeah, if I go to March, yeah, let's see, can here. Yeah. Yeah, let's see, March maybe. We can go here. Yeah, Saturn was, and also Neptune were also present, but Saturn was invisible, and as you can see, yeah, Saturn became visible maybe a month after that, depending on the geographical latitude. And as we saw, everything started with fanfare. Oh, there will be peace. Here we will go. But when Saturn rose, then things became a little bit different. So it's kind of a
Mm.
mixed thing here. But what this means, because here, when we have Venus evening star, then she usually goes through invisibility, and after that she becomes a morning star. Well, short invisibility,
Yeah.
sometimes only several days,
Yeah.
sometimes a week or two or three. Anyway, however, when there is no such invisibility, it's like these two these two kind of energies are touching.
Mm.
So it's like a circle through which goes energy.
Mm.
And once in 8 years, this circle closes. Boom. And then the energy goes. Do you understand this?
I
When
think so.
when Venus is invisible,
Mm.
there is no energy going through the circle
Uh-huh.
because they don't touch.
Mm.
But when this transition from uh, evening to morning Venus, when this happens without the invisibility,
Mm.
then the circle closes and the energy runs through it. So it's like a lot of things which are carried by the current of Venus evening star will go through evening through the morning star Venus.
So she carries that energy. There's no point where, because she doesn't go invisible, so she's not going into the underworld to be purified, reborn, etc. So the transition means that the energy exchange from Venus evening star, it just goes with her into Venus morning star. There's no separation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. That's really interesting.
So it's always very, very intense, especially like mm,
Hmm.
the first kind of period after this, which will be, right now Venus is okay. Let's see if I okay. Right now, you see where she is here in Babylonian Cancer, so she will disappear in Babylonian Scorpio.
Hmm. Okay.
But this will happen. Let's see when this will happen. Okay, ML. The 7th of December. Well, it is again for 43 North. It will happen in 7th of December,
Hmm.
2025. Venus will be disappearing here very well, almost conjunct with Antares. Yeah, so until then, this
Hmm.
is extremely important period, because then Venus is loaded with all this energy from the whole 8 year period before that,
Wow.
and everything which will happen until then, it will be it will be coming from what happened in the previous 8 year period. Actually, imagine all things, events
From the
that were
last eight
happening
years.
for the last 8 years will have impact now
Oh,
until the end of this year. And this is not only for a personal chart, but this also works on a global
yeah,
level.
yeah,
And as we can see,
yeah.
really so many changes happening, so many things happening,
Mm,
but they are not coming right now from the nothing.
mm,
They have been in the brewing for
mm,
the last 8 years,
mm,
and now are coming the fruits,
mm-hmm,
the results
mm,
of this. Also, this junction, which I said happens once in 8 years with Venus, it is also important for the personal chart if someone is born in the period of such a junction. This also is a sign that this person has will have very, very important Venus, only because he or she is born in this kind of junction, which happens once every 8 year. Then this will mean that first Venus will be very important in his or her chart,
mm,
and also that it will that it will be like a lot of new kind of energy in this people, which like especially if they are into the art
Mm,
or the fashion, they may have some kind of extra gifts
mm,
and extra work to do.
mm. So it's like
Something
it's like
something like yeah.
I was just going to say, it's like a very strong energy, like a psychic imprint, from Venus, evening and morning, the energy in together working.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You
amazing.
know, like Raffaello and Michelangelo were born in such junctions.
Right. Okay.
Like they like two of the great troika of the Renaissance. Like Raphael, Raffaello, Michelangelo, and Da Vinci, Leonardo.
Da Vinci. Right. Wow.
So Michelangelo and Raffaello were born exactly in such junction, and Raffaello. Especially Raffaello, he was born, I think, several days after the conjunction of the Sun with Venus.
Mm,
However, this was this junction when Venus was not invisible. So
mm,
his Venus actually was combining both,
mm.
like Aphrodite and Athena. So
Wow.
that's why,
Yeah, that's incredible. I never thought of that. I never thought, that, well, I never thought about it from, a person's birth chart and what that could mean. I didn't know what that would mean until you've explained it tonight. You always teach me something every time we get together. I'm always blown away by something you say. Yeah,
yeah,
this is a really great thing to know and a really great thing to observe, in people's charts or for the rest of life, whatever, it's just a really important, uh, distinctive, phenomena and piece of information that most people would never know.
absolutely,
It's
absolutely. There
it's
are so many
incredible.
things.
It's
Yeah,
incredible. Wow. And it makes so much sense. It just even logically makes sense. Like you said, the circle, the energy is contained. So of course it's going to be really powerful, right? As it's coming through. That is pretty special. Hmm.
yeah, we can see here Venus, of course, the pentagram. If we with the morning first, you see here number one,
Mm-hmm.
like it is way north of the ecliptic, very very north. That's why it didn't go invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, yeah, Venus can go like 8 degrees of the ecliptic actually.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, which was right what we were talking about, 20th of March 2025.
Mm-hmm.
That's that's here.
Mm-hmm. So
Of course you can,
sorry, go.
yeah. Yeah, you can build this also with all these different heliacal phases.
Mm-hmm.
You can build it with any one of these here.
Mm.
And Venus makes this pentagram.
So I see
With,
there you've highlighted e- okay, morning first, but on the other side you've got evening station, you've got
yeah,
morning station. So when you hit evening station, what does it do to the screen? So that,
Uh,
now that pentagram has changed.
yeah, the evening station um, makes the pentagram, draws the pentagram with the 5 points where Venus is in evening station in the 8 year cycle.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. That's great.
So, for example, the next station will be, as you see here, the 3rd of October 2026,
Hmm.
the next evening station.
Evening station. Yes.
Yeah, but the morning station will be on the 13th of November
No. Oh,
2026.
2026.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. The stations in the mm, ancient astrology
Hmm.
were also not of the best phenomena, not of the best omena. Stations that like Venus in a station or any planet in a station, uh, they show that they're just like running on the same place or just staying still, which means that they're reconsidering something, that there is no progress there,
Hmm.
but they have stopped
Hmm.
somewhere, frozen,
Hmm.
which is a sign that is in this kind of archetype, whether it will be Venus in station or Saturn, Jupiter in station, which means that in this archetype they are in a period when they like, or their whole life actually, if someone is born when Venus is in a station,
Hmm.
then this means that their whole life they will be like wondering how to handle Venus actually,
Hmm. Hmm.
like there
So
there will be
very,
no.
very kind of cautious and not having that energy to or direction or to know how to build relationships,
Yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
to connect.
It's like you see, like you go on the street and you see everybody going around
Mm,
doing their errands, jobs, and
mm,
someone staying,
mm. Just
standing somewhere.
yeah, I see.
What? What the hell is that? Well, he's struck by lightning,
Oh God,
or he's just reconsidering something, shock, something,
yeah,
something which prevents this person from doing anything.
right. That'll be horrible
So,
with Venus. I feel sorry for somebody if they have that with Venus. Not the best planet
uh,
to have that with.
it's a time for reconsideration. Well, you can, in the best case, you can look at it as a time off, a little bit time off. Like, hey, wait a minute, let's consider a little bit here.
So maybe like go and live in the mountain, live in a cave somewhere away from everybody. You know, don't have to have relationships.
Yeah,
You just
yeah, but
you just
you know,
meditate, and reconsider your whole life.
yes, yes. So, in the ancient Greek literature, astrological, I remember I have seen some manuscripts, Greek astrological manuscripts, which were talking about the different heliacal phases and what they said about Venus stationary. I think one of them was like that, like there will be some misfortunes with very important women in power in the society,
Mm.
some kind that these women will have some problems.
So a woman in power is
Mm.
likely to have some kind of fall, misfortune
Mm.
from a powerful position. Is that what you're
When
saying?
Venus is stationary.
When if she was born with Venus stationary, or even just Venus being stationary
Well,
as she will be here next year.
like any period when Venus is stationary,
Yeah.
I think it was written there that
Okay.
in this period when Venus is stationary, which will be probably for a week. Depends actually, because visually,
Mm.
visually a planet is stationary when from one day to the next you cannot see the difference in the position.
Mm. Mm.
But this is not something that a computer program will give it to you. Well, my computer program gives it because it computes
Mm.
actually what is the movement, and if the movement is less than the eye can discern, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But in all, actually virtually in all computer programs,
Mm-hmm.
they will give the stationary only for the given day, even for the given hour, because it is only a moment, actually,
Mm-hmm.
when mathematically a
Mm-hmm.
planet is stationary.
Mm-hmm.
Only a moment. This is the mathematical stationary
Okay.
moment. However, visually, it
Yeah.
is different.
Yeah.
Visually, visually, this is not a moment. This is not one day. This is several days.
Yeah.
Sometimes even a whole week,
Yeah.
or
Especially
or
with
more.
the slower moving planets, like Pluto.
Oh, well, no, no. Pluto, yeah, Pluto is completely different case. Um, I'm talking about planets that we can see.
Mm,
You know,
mm, mm,
so Venus, Venus stationary, it can be a period of a week, at least, and mm, and this manuscript, I remember they will say there that in this period, a woman, important woman in power, may pass away, may die even, or may have some huge problems,
mm, mm.
uh, or some events connected with powerful woman. So yeah, that's. But it's when a planet goes retrograde. Then what does this mean? Yeah, it is like the same analogy. You go somewhere, but then you remember that you have forgotten to switch off the oven or something,
Mm.
and you go back home. A problem,
Problem.
a
Right.
problem that must be fixed.
Mm.
Something from the past that is coming in your life and that you must fix
Yeah.
in this lifetime. If someone has a retrograde planet, that's what it means. That in this archetype you must go over the archetype and fix what you have not done before.
You mean if you are born with a planet retrograde?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, of
Yeah.
course, yeah.
Yeah.
Retrograde means that you must go back in your life, in your time. I mean, mentally,
Mm, mm,
mentally,
mm,
and fix some. mistakes, errors that you have committed.
Mm, mm,
Of course, it like to the everyday life, it can like retrograde planet is kind of unstable. It will like you may often have some setbacks connected with this planet,
mm,
especially like times of indecision
mm,
when you are not sure
mhm,
what to do.
mhm,
Retrograde planet.
mm,
But think about this analogy. When we think about the celestial sphere, about the sky, we can compare celestial events with some real events in our lives, like like what I said, like you go out and everybody is going somewhere doing their job, but some people are just standing,
mm.
not just
Yeah,
fixed there,
yeah,
or or they go back, or they
yeah,
go back. So why? Well, they may have dropped something, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
They may have forgotten something. So this kind of analogy, like, is
Mm,
like the main basis of the metaphysical thinking.
mm,
And you see, if we have developed metaphysical thinking, then we can virtually mm, know everything, everything in astrology or else,
mm,
without reading books,
mm,
without translating from ancient languages, and
mm,
taking private lessons with Rumen Kolev and so on. I mean, if we have developed
mm,
to a perfection this metaphysical thinking, then we can have the answer of every question in the occult sciences
mm,
and astrology, of course.
mm,
Of course, it's like it should be checked and confirmed by the tradition,
mm,
of course, by the omena, which are recorded by the facts of life,
mm,
by what really happens,
mm,
by the logic. So everything must fall in place completely, and everything must be explained like a whole picture. Well, because this is kind of a risky, like Anastasia. This kind of thinking may be risky, because okay, look, I have a metaphysical thinking developed. I can know everything. Okay, I say that this means that, this means that. All right, but okay, is this true?
mm,
How do we check this?
mm,
Whether somebody who claims to have metaphysical thinking developed,
mm,
right, that he's saying the truth. Well,
mm,
does does his theory square up well with the tradition,
mm,
with the traditional knowledge, with the omina, with the real facts?
mm,
If it does, then okay.
mm.
But if it doesn't, then well, we may have some psychological problems. All right. So
Can I just
yeah, but
circle back to one point about the retrograde
yeah.
process? What would you say to this idea that in addition to what you've explained, could it also be for some people the retrograde journey? You know how you gave the example of people out there are going by their business, running their errands, etc., and one person who's in either the stationary or retrograde period, they go out but they freeze because they can't bring themselves to engage and move with the rest of the society or world, or they've forgotten something at home. which is the external layer of what they are experiencing. But from an internal place, could it also be that they need to be in that place of maybe feeling frozen, just to use that analogy, because it enables them to disconnect from the world, from the material bullshit, so that they can go into a deeper place inside themselves to find some answers to some questions or to things that are troubling their heart or their soul or their mind or whatever. Also, within that, they have the ability to think differently, to think different from the society, the consensus reality, to think, to go into their intuition more because they're going inside. They don't need to talk to society and people to get all their answers and whatever. They go inside and they find something there. Because I found with retrograde journeys that that's uh, an example of part of a process that I sometimes go through with certain planets going retrograde. Like I've observed that within myself, for example. I'm just wondering what you think of that.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely sure that everyone is where he needs to be at any time.
Yeah.
So, people with any chart, they have the right chart for themselves because they are in such a stage of their development
Mm.
that that they need all these things
Mm-hmm.
which are shown by the chart.
Yeah.
Okay, there are people born on eclipses, people born with invisible moon, conjunct moon Saturn, all kinds of horrible things, you know. Uh, and well, these people need to be there,
Mm.
because they have such kind of karma, such kind of psychological development
Mm.
that this is the best for them.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, we we have seen we have seen charts, heavy charts with tragedies. People with real tragedies in their lives. We have seen such kind of charts, um, and of course here again the most important thing is the reaction of the person, how he goes through this tough period or through this um, tough life that
Yeah.
they may have.
Yeah.
um, how people go through it. Do they gain something from this? I mean, gain some understanding, some kind of development, or they become frustrated or angry or depressed, which is the worst thing.
Mm.
So um, it's what is important is how people react to what is happening to them, how they react to the facts of their chart.
Mm. Mm.
And so it's of course it's spiritually I have seen actually, so to say, conflicted, controversial, bad charts. Like imagine Saturn up in MC during nighttime, uh, or Mars during daytime. So often such charts can be a sign of a tragedy. in the life of such person.
Mm.
Um, but if they if they use this like experience which helps them develop,
Mm.
then this is what it is about actually.
Mm.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't because I think evolution for the soul takes a very long time, number one. Number two, would you agree that this earth existence, this material world, is probably one of the most difficult places to be in?
I'm sure that there are much worse places.
Really?
Oh, I'm absolutely sure because
Mm.
I believe that the cosmos, the world, is limitless, infinite,
Mm.
infinite. This is something that Hermes said, that the cosmos is infinite.
Mm.
But you see, like only maybe like let's say 30 or 50 years ago, the scholars, the astrophysicists, the astronomers, in their majority, I believe that they believed that the cosmos was finite.
Mhm.
You know this that Big Bang, Big Bang, and the whole cosmos is like 20 billion euros, or all this kind
Big
of
bullshit, basically.
all these kinds of nonsense that they were teaching at the universities, that they were writing books, that they were writing articles, that they were getting funding from the state, from the universities, from the from the taxpayer, and right now, actually, most of the astrophysicists and the astronomers, they actually reject now this notion that the world is finite.
Mm. Yeah.
So Hermes
Mm.
was correct
Yeah. Yeah.
that the cosmos is infinite,
Of course.
and his logic was so simple.
Mm.
it was like, again, like metaphysical kind of thinking.
Mm.
He would say, okay, look, is God finite or infinite? Well, God is infinite. And the cosmos is just like an icon of God.
Mm.
Cosmos is like a representation
Mm.
of the ultimate divinity of
Mm.
God.
Mm.
And as God is infinite, so is also its icon, the
Mm.
cosmos.
Mm. Of course.
And actually, mm, I think there are some mystical philosophers from the Neoplatonists, if I remember well. Uh, and also, I am thinking about the same thing. Like, if you take, let's say, this series of natural numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can prolong this to infinity, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, what is this? This kind of infinite mathematical series, this is in the mental world.
Mm-hmm.
So we have infinite series of numbers in the mental world. What does this mean? This means that the whole mental world is infinite. And what does this mean? This means that the whole cosmos is infinite because the mental world is only a part of the whole cosmos.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. That's a good example. Yeah.
Again, yeah, again.
Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. That's awesome, Rumen. Thank you for everything you shared with us today. It was very interesting, especially that part about Venus when she doesn't disappear and how that energy is contained in that circle and how special that is. and somebody might be born during that time, but I think it's pretty rare, right? I don't think many people are born. Well, I don't know. Is it?
Oh, you see it, yeah, it is actually the most. Let me see if I have here handy the chart of Raffaello to show you. If I have it handy, I'll show it. If not, no, I don't have it handy here. Uh, I so of course, the most important is if somebody is born very, very close to this time. But also, you see, Venus is visible as an evening or as a morning star around 9 months. 9 months, like the pregnancy, so it's easy to remember. So imagine Venus is evening star. You can see it for 9 months. And then she continues to be visible, but she doesn't become invisible, but she transforms to a morning star, Venus. So she's 9 months visible as an evening star, and then without becoming invisible, she is 9 more months visible as a morning star. So here we have 18 months. 18 months of period. So if somebody is born in this 18 months, this is important. And it makes a difference whether he is born in the first part, which is evening Venus, or the second 9 months, which is morning Venus. Like if the person is born in this period of 18 months, like it's like year and a half. Yeah. So if someone is born in the period when Venus was evening star, this is like this period when this energy is being heaped up, but it is not activated yet. It is just being heaped up, more and more kind of events, more and more considerations, like gathering. And then when Venus transforms to a morning star, then the action starts.
Yes.
Then all this which has happened in this period of 9 months before that, and in this whole period of 8 years before that, will come to fruition. Everything that the world or someone has done in these 8 years before this moment, like we had this moment.
Yes.
We had this moment this year, 2025, around the spring equinox, when Venus was at the same time visible as an evening star and as a morning star in the northern hemisphere. So everything that has happened from 8 years ago, like 2025 minus 8, will be
2017.
Will be 17 from 2017 until now. Everything that happened, boom, comes to results, comes to fruition. Okay, like 7 years ago you slapped someone and now you got a slap. Right? Yeah. Or the opposite, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago you gave something to some needful person, somebody who you helped someone, 7, 8 years ago. Now the result is coming after this,
Hmm.
after this kind of junction.
That's very
So, yeah.
interesting. That's very interesting. Hmm. I'm just thinking about it from my personal, you know,
Mm,
journey, and
yeah.
I think I can think of a few things, but yeah, but that's very interesting. Yeah, it's very powerful, very powerful. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, well, Rumen, once again, thank you so much. God bless you for your generosity of time, your enthusiasm, your wisdom. I love it all. And I hope that we can come back again in a month or something, or whenever you're free. I would really love us to talk about a little bit about some of the, maybe like Andromeda, some of the spiritual kind of energy of the stars in
Mm,
the chart. Something like that, I think, would be really interesting for a lot of people as well, just to have a little bit of an understanding of that, or whatever else you'd like to share. But definitely I would really love us to do some work on Andromeda if we can. Um,
okay.
yeah, that would be great. And anything else, yeah. But thank you very much. Thanks, guys, for watching this. And if you don't know who Rumen Kolev is, I have done several videos with him. He's a teacher. He's an astrology program creator. He's created his own programs, his own software. The program that he was showing on the screen, that's his own work. That's the new version, actually, that he's almost completed, which will be Placidus 8. Rumen has written multiple books. He's got multiple webinars, multiple courses. You can do private sessions with him. It's infinite what somebody can have with you and from you, for sure. Um, every time I do a video with you, I just learn something new. There's like a little bit of gold, it just comes in. I put it in a special box in my mind and in my heart, and I keep it and I observe it, think about it, and I wish I could sit with you every day. Just for a couple of hours every day to get into your mind. Yeah. But anyway, guys, leave your questions and comments below this video. They're always appreciated. Any questions to Rumen, you can leave them here. Rumen will put this video on his channel as well, so you can ask him questions directly on his channel or under this video. Rumen will check this video at some point on my channel. And also, if you want to reach out to him and find out more about his programs, his astrological programs, books, etc., I will put his details underneath this video, and we will see you all very soon. Take care during these eclipses. Roman has given us some indication that the solar eclipse is doesn't look too bad, and solar eclipses are the ones that are more difficult, generally speaking, than lunar eclipses. So that's good that you've indicated that this solar eclipse shouldn't be too bad, particularly because it's barely visible, right? It's at this point, we know it's visible in some parts of New Zealand. I'm going to check whether it's visible here in Australia at all. We'll see. But it is important to understand these technical or technical phenomena about eclipses and about heliacal phases of the planets, because what Roman was trying to explain to us, that the power of an eclipse is very much based on its visibility. If you can't see it, it doesn't have that same kind of energy, and power, as it were. So this is something that Rumen has observed himself for a long time. He's read all the ancient material where the ancients focused a lot, on solar and lunar eclipses. They used them a lot, Roman, back in those days for predictions for kings and queens and the land and, all big, 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 big events, right? That the eclipses were
Yeah.
very important. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, the eclipses were naturally something which was the first kind of very fantastic, very strange, very powerful events on the sky that people observed.
Mm.
So there is in Enuma, Anu, and Lil, which is this text about Babylonian omena, lunar and solar eclipses are there in full.
Mm.
In full, it's like they have a lot of text on interpretation
Mm.
of lunar and solar eclipses,
Mm.
and they had several different systems. Well, right now, I think uh, this solar eclipse, which happens over New Zealand, um, it's kind of very, very, limited,
Mm.
limited power because it will not be observable
Mm.
for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Actually, only for somewhere, very, very small part.
Mm.
But the eclipses which are observable,
Mm.
they had several different systems how to interpret them. Like one of the most early and the most simple system is just like you watch uh, the month of the eclipse. If it is solar eclipse, you watch the month and the watch. In which watch? First, second, third. Like you divide from sunrise to sunset in three,
Mm.
and first, second, third watch. That's what they did in Babylon, and depending in which month and which watch the solar eclipse will happen,
Mm.
then you had a special omen. So
Mm.
there are like 12 months and 3 watches. So we have like 36 different omena,
Mm.
and they would connect these eclipses. They will connect every eclipse with a constellation,
Right.
because every month had 3 constellations
Mm-hmm.
rising heliacally, right?
Mm.
The Babylonian astrolabe.
Yeah.
Babylonian astrolabe, it is like 12 months. Each month has 3 constellations rising heliacally before the sunrise. So
Right.
every month was characterized by 3 constellations, one rising from the south, another from the center, third one from the north.
Right. Okay.
So, the month of the eclipse will correspond to the month in the Babylonian astrolabe.
Mm.
Then the first watch, will correspond to the southern path, to
Mm-hmm.
the southern constellation, the constellation which rises in the south for the month. The middle watch, which is around noon, will correspond to the constellation which rolls from the central path, which rolls from the central part of the eastern horizon, east.
Mm-hmm.
And the third watch and last watch will correspond to the constellation which rolls from the north of the eastern horizon.
Mm.
So you have the month and the watch, and you will look for this month and this watch, which one is the constellation. And every constellation in the Babylonian astrolabe has also its divinity. Uh, it has even its number and its omen.
Mm.
So basically, it's like most of the omena are negative. There are maybe only from this 36 omena, there are maybe only let's say 3 or 4 which are good.
Mm. Is this
If
for both for lunar and solar?
solar only.
Solar only. Yeah.
So Luna, yeah, well, Luna has a little bit more rich kind of interpretation because the Luna also depended in which lunar day this will happen. You
Mm.
know, will it be the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th?
Mm. Mm.
So depends on also not only on the watch, but also on the lunar day, of course, the lunar month, but also from which side it will come the darkness, how long it will stay, where it will get out. So many different kind of things.
Yeah.
Um,
There's a lot of
but
specific details involved in both.
specific
So many
specific
things you
details.
need
Yeah.
to, wow.
Like every month was connected with a country,
Mm.
and also every lunar day also.
Mm.
So actually, I had a lecture several years ago about Alexander the Great and the battle at Gaugamela. At Gaugamela, this was the biggest victory of Alexander the Great when he defeated Darius. Alexander had only like 50,000, and Darius had like 500,000.
Mm.
At least. So this was a huge, fantastic battle, and I think very few people know actually that um, several days before this battle there was a lunar eclipse.
Mm.
There was a full lunar eclipse which happened in the month of Persia. Ulul. It happened in the month which meant Persia. It happened also in the day which meant Persia, and in the watch which meant Persia.
So just lined up with Persia from
Lined up
every.
like month, day, watch. All these three were connected with Elam or Persia, which is the same geographical region. So Persia. All these three, and everybody in this area knew that it will be over with Persia.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody knew because all these three were connected with Persia, and you have lunar eclipse in these three things which correspond to Persia. What does this mean? The end of Persia. So everybody knew this, or
Mm.
these people who had some more knowledge.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was, it was like this. It was very important. Yeah, it is not to say that you see, Alexander the Great won this battle because of the superstition of the people.
Mm.
You know,
Mm.
it
Mm.
is not like that because Alexander the Great won every battle he fought,
Mm.
every battle
Mm.
with the superstition or without the superstition of the people.
Yeah.
You know, so this is more to say like a sign,
Mm.
a
Mm.
sign of what is coming.
Yeah, yeah.
There are a lot of such cases. But for example, this is one
Yeah.
very, very interesting case.
Yeah.
I have put this lecture in my channel in YouTube.
Have you? Oh, so people
Yeah,
can find it.
yeah.
What's it called? Do you remember?
It is. I think I wrote there about Alexander the Great about. I think it was like historical omina in Babylon.
Okay. I want to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you are interested in eclipses,
Yeah.
maybe one day we can concentrate and I can explain
Yes.
exact exactly with example
Yes. That would,
exactly how they make this connection.
yes, that would be amazing. Amazing. Definitely. Definitely would love to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had this 36 omina. As I said, only 3 or 4 of them are positive,
Mm.
and the rest are negative. And the logic in in most cases, the logic is very simple. It's wherever the eclipse happens, which one of the constellation will be connected with the eclipse, it will have the negative impact.
Mm.
Like imagine this would be like they had one constellation called Ninmah, which means the exalted lady,
Mm.
which is the constellation which it's they depicted it as a woman with a small child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a woman with a baby. So if eclipse is connected with this constellation, what does this mean? The Omina will say very bad for women who are pregnant and who are bearing children.
Mm.
So,
Okay.
yeah. If the eclipse happens on the star connected with the king, what this will mean? The death of the king.
Mm.
If the eclipse happens on a constellation which meant furrow, like when you tilt the land to put seeds there,
Mm-hmm.
like
Fertile.
if yeah if the constellation is connected with agriculture,
Mm.
like we have the constellation field
Mm-hmm.
Babylonian constellation
Mm.
doesn't exist now,
Mm.
and furrow. So if the eclipse is connected with this constellation, very very simple, there will be no harvest. The harvest will be very poor.
Mm.
So very very simple kind of logic,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah. Okay.
And of course, if the eclipse happens in the beginning of the year, the first month
Mm-hmm.
around the springtime, that's the worst. The worst.
Is it?
Because the beginning of the year, this is the head, this is the king, this is the most important things.
Uh-huh.
And eclipse there.
Yeah. Ah.
So it's
It's like what you said. I saw you write on Facebook the other day. I loved what you wrote. It was something about the beginning and the end, the quintessential,
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
starts here, that's what you're going to see over here. There's no separation,
yeah,
right? It's the same thing. The beginning
yeah.
and the end. Yeah.
And the whole.
And
Yeah.
the whole. Yeah.
Yeah. And actually, this principle is very you can see it very well in the astrology, like the beginning of a cycle, like the quintessence or the 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 essence of the whole period.
Mm, mm,
Like you see, mm, like we have this meanings. Okay, the planets ruling the day, like Monday Moon, Tuesday Mars. Okay, Mars is ruling the first day hour of Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mars is ruling the first hour of the day of Tuesday. That's why Mars is ruling the whole day, right? Because he's ruling the beginning of
Beginning.
Tuesday,
Right.
the
Okay.
day after the sunrise, the
Mm.
first hour after the sunrise,
Sunrise.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Exactly. That's the start of the day, right? When the sun
that's the
rises.
yeah. Mars is ruling
Yeah.
the first hour after the sunrise on Tuesday,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and that's why he's ruling the whole day.
Yeah. Got it.
But you see, there is something else that modern astrology forgot.
Mm.
One of the many things
Mm.
is that actually right now, they say, okay, Tuesday, Mars.
Mm.
Tuesday, Mars, yes, but the daytime. In the nighttime
Mm.
is different. Like from, let's say, from sunset on Monday until sunrise on Tuesday,
Mm.
it is Venus,
Mm.
actually. Venus. Yeah. So the planet which is ruling the first hour of the night is ruling the whole night.
Mm.
Also, you see, when you divide the signs in dodecatemorias,
Mm.
like when you divide each sign in 12,
Mm.
okay, when you divide Aries, let's say, in 12, the first dodecatemoria will be again Aries.
Mm. Mm.
Taurus, the first dodecatemoria, again Taurus.
Nice.
You see, this kind of principle is everywhere in
Everywhere. Yeah.
astrology, everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. They're great examples. Yeah. Very good examples to help. Yeah. Explain that. Yeah. The beginning, the whole, the end, all of it. Yeah. That's wonderful. So yeah, we should definitely do a session on the eclipses with these constellations you were talking about, just to give some examples. That would be really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whenever you're ready. We didn't really plan today. We just spontaneously had a moment and decided to come together, which I'm really glad we did. So we'll close it here. Is there anything you would like to say before I close it here, Rumen?
I can just mention on the positive side that Jupiter,
Yeah.
Jupiter
Yeah.
rose heliacally. I think when he like for the 43 latitude, I think it was like 2 months ago or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, he rose in around the summer solstice,
Mm-hmm.
which will be like tropical Cancer or Babylonian Gemini.
Mm-hmm.
So it will be like 1 year. Well, it will be left like how maybe 10 months will be from now on. We have like 10 more months of this influence.
Mm-hmm.
So Jupiter rising around very, very close to the summer solstice, which means like after this, we'll have 1 year of very good things happening to everybody who has tropical Cancer or Babylonian Gemini, ascendant, MC, descendant, moon, or sun.
Descendant.
Oh, you have the Babylonian Cancer. Oh, yeah. Jupiter rising there, very good for partners in love, in business, in friendship, all kinds of partnerships. You have a very powerful people. You'll meet a very powerful Jupiter, powerful, rich, and good. Very, very important. And
I
good
hope
people.
so. I'm
Yeah, Jupiter.
praying.
Oh, yeah, Jupiter is is everything is super there. Everything is good.
Yeah. Oh, that's encouraging. Thank you.
Yeah.
And anybody else who's got Babylonian Cancer on the descendant or on the ascendant or MC?
Actually, Babylonian Gemini
Babylonian
and tropical Cancer.
tropical Cancer, sorry. Yeah.
Because you see, like
Yeah.
the summer solstice right now is in the fifth degree of Babylonian Gemini.
Okay. Yeah.
The fifth degree of Babylonian Gemini is the summer solstice.
Okay. So
You
then,
know, you see, we must think in Babylonian in the Babylonian zodiac. It
mm,
is it is it is much easier
mm, mm,
when we know that the four cardinal points are in the fifth degree. Like right now, the spring equinox is in the fifth degree of Babylonian Pisces,
mm, mm,
which means that summer solstice will be fifth degree in Gemini. Fall equinox fifth degree in Virgo.
mm,
And fifth degree in Sagittarius will be the winter solstice. So when we know only one thing, where is the spring equinox in
mm.
the Babylonian zodiac, we can build the whole picture in our mind.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
And then we can transform, the Babylonian chart into the tropical.
Yeah.
Because we know where is the spring equinox
Yeah.
in the Babylonian zodiac, the
Yeah.
fifth degree of Babylonian Pisces.
Yeah. Yeah. I always have to change a few things because I live in the southern hemisphere, like I'm about to go into spring.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I always have to, because I'm working with most people that I know that I work with or speak to are all in the northern hemisphere. Here it's just a handful of friends and a couple of family members. That's it. No astrological community for me here in Melbourne. None. Zero.
Mm.
So but because I live here, I have to think about it for myself and my family and my friends and whatever. So I always have to change, my brain has to be able to make that adjustment all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, Babylonian, tropical, northern hemisphere,
That
southern hemisphere. Hey, what about the equator?
yeah, well,
What about that's why astrology is not, astrology depends on the place, like mm, on the equator. There, what kind of tropical ecliptic we will have there?
very
That's
strange. Very
this
strange.
will be uh, but there are seasons everywhere. I believe that on the equator in Brazil or in Congo, we have also some kind of periods, when there is rain, when it is dry, when crocodiles come out, when the monkeys do this, or some kind of such kind of things that we must consider the
Mm,
place.
yeah,
We must consider
yeah,
the
for
place
sure. For sure.
also.
There's so much to consider, actually, so much. That's why, like we said before, nothing is guaranteed. You can know and know and know and study and research, but no one knows everything, first of all, of course, only, the
Mm.
divine. But we think we know so much, but I still think we know very little. I think
Oh
there
yeah,
is so much, so much, which is why I like to keep an open mind all the time and never say, oh, this is going to happen 100%. I never say that to anybody. Never.
yeah.
You don't know. No one knows. But anyway, we are trying to understand and gain some insight and perspective, to navigate our way right through this thing
Mhm.
called life. And blessed are we who have, an understanding of the sky and the stars and, very blessed. So always grateful for that and always grateful for you, Roman. So we'll leave it here for today. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. Reach out to Roman if you'd like to speak to him. Reach out to me, and we will see you very, very soon. Much love, everybody. Much love, Roman, and happy Eclipse month. Two of them coming up. Bye, everybody.